Hi, everybody's calling me, asking me, is it a good time to buy or sell a home? Yes, it is. The current market conditions are extremely fast paced. So I always recommend knowing what the contract is. That way, if you're looking for a home, you can already know what the contract looks like. You're already familiar with it. And when you sign it, you know what you're signing. And if you're a seller, when you get in that offer, you know the highlights and what to expect from that offer. Hi, my name is Jennifer Bullock, head of Jennifer Bullock team with Remax Executive here in Wilmington, North Carolina. I am going to go over today the standard North Carolina offer to purchase and all of the questions or the most common questions that I personally receive. This is the standard offer to purchase. And again, I'm just going to bullet point some of the highlights. If you have any questions that I do not cover, please feel free to call me, email me, or text me at any time, and I'll happily go over anything that wasn't covered in this video. Everybody has a lot of questions on the due diligence fee and the earnest money. I covered that on last week's video. I will attach that to this email so that if you didn't have a chance to look at that, you can look at it then. The other point that's really important to know is once you go under contract, you as the buyer have 24 hours to deliver the earnest money and the due diligence money to the seller. If the seller does not receive it within 24 hours, the seller can send, usually it's the seller's agent, would send an email to the buyer's agent stating, we need the money within 24 hours. If the buyer does not deliver, the seller can terminate. Here's the caveat. Even if the seller terminates because the buyer did not deliver the money, the seller is entitled to that money. And this paragraph tells you that if the seller doesn't receive the money, they can terminate. And as the buyer, you still have to pay it. I guess technically the seller could sue you for that. The due diligence fee, the term is the right to terminate. So it is the buyer's right to terminate for any reason or no reason. And we'll see that again later on in the contract. Buyers strongly encouraged to do all of the inspections, anything that concerns you, checking over your documentation, applying for the loan, a home inspection, a pest inspection, a survey, whatever, an appraisal, anything that you need to do, you need to do it within the due diligence time frame. If you do not reach that due diligence time frame and you need more time, you can ask for it, but the seller does not have to honor that. So they do not have to extend that date. Very important to make sure that you give yourself enough time to do that. Here's the highlight. Even agents do not know this. It drives me crazy when agents do not know this. All houses, according to the North Carolina offer to purchase, all homes are being sold as is. The sellers do not have to do any repairs. The buyers have the right to terminate. Sellers don't have to do it. All homes. So if you see it in the MLS where the agent has put houses being sold as is, guess what? All houses are being sold as is in the condition of which from when the buyer looked at it. This is the second time they talk about buyer's right to terminate. Can terminate for any reason or no reason within the due diligence time frame. Buyers lose that due diligence money. That money's gone. That's non-negotiable. That is a check to the seller. That money is the buyer's right to terminate, and the buyers can terminate within the due diligence time frame, again, for any reason or no reason. You can check that out on my last video. Again, I'll put that on here. Seller's obligations. Here it is. Sellers are obligated to give a clear and free title. Sellers are obligated to pay off anything owed on the home. If there's any kind of special assessments, that has to be paid off. If there's any repairs that had been done, they have to be, like if you owe money on the air conditioning, it has to be paid off. You have to allow the buyer to come in there and to do all the inspections and appraisal. You have to grant them access to the property. You have to get an attorney. The only thing the attorney does is about a $250 fee is to do your deed preparation. And basically, that's it. You just have to get everything paid off and show to the attorney that everything's paid off, or give the attorney the information to access your mortgage so they can get it all paid off. And then my other thing a lot of people ask me is, am I stuck to that closing date that they've selected for the contract? To stay within the contracted rights and not be in a breach of the contract, you have to close within 7 days. So it doesn't have to be the exact day, but the contract gives you 7 days for any kind of hiccups or anything with the loan or any unforeseen issues. But that is it for the common questions. I am also going to attach the sample offer to purchase to this. So if you look through it, if you have any questions, call me, email me, or text me. I'm certainly here to help you, and I look forward to hearing from you.